Hey everybody, what's up? How are you doing? Well, I am doing okay. I'm sitting here in the bathroom. I've got to moisturize. I finally took my braids out, but I've got to put a moisturizer on my mane. Like my mane, as lovely as it is, I need to moisturize it. So I need to do a deep hair conditioning treatment with some olive oil and some coconut oil on my hair. That's what I use to deep condition my hair. I don't buy stuff off of Amazon. I use a really good conditioner. And then when I do a deep conditioning, I use olive oil. I'm in my bathroom, by the way, so I use olive oil that I keep in here. And I also not only use olive oil on my hair, I also use olive oil on my body to keep because I have eczema. I have really, oh God, I think there's a hole in that. I have really um bad skin, like dried skin, and I have eczema that can sometimes be as about as bad as psoriasis is. So I have to stay moisturized and I have to use body wash. I can't use regular soap, barred soap. I'm only allowed to use body wash. I can only use like certain lotions. And the lotions I use are oil of Olay. See? Boom. And I use that body wash too. Or Gold Bonds. I use Gold Bonds Intensive Care. So the only two lotions I can use on my skin is Oil of Olay and Gold Bonds Intensive Care. And I found Gold Bonds when I was doing nursing. You know, you scrub your hands so much as a nurse and everything that like they dry out. So Gold Bonds Intensive Care is really good for nurses that are Vaseline. So anyways, but okay, so I decided to do a new life change business. So, you know, I write children's books and I'm doing the children's books thing and all of that stuff. And I was working on doing my homestead. And at first, I was thinking about using my homestead and part of my homestead and turning it into my land and turning it into a wedding venue, which I still might do. I don't know yet. Maybe still might do the wedding venue thing. But multiple businesses, yes. So I want to use part of my property for a wedding venue. And then I want to use the other part of my property for a wellness retreat. So, because my whole entire life has changed since the machete, and my liver, everybody knows it happened, ain't a secret. Okay, it's already out there, just living ashamed. Anyway, so it happened. But so, I just gotta keep rolling, I can't, life don't stop because you're sick. Unfortunately, that is something that I've learned. Life does not stop just because you're sick. So, I've had a lot of really bad doctors. And I'm talking about bad, bad doctors. And it worries me. But now that I'm going to the hepatologist, because hemo is blood, hepa is liver. I'm sorry, I'm a little rusty on my medical lingo. But anyway, so now I'm going to the hepatologist in April. I went ahead and I'm getting my certificate as a wellness and health coach. So now this does not mean a personal trainer. I am not a personal trainer. I am not here on my YouTube channel that I'm about to start doing this with to make you go from fat to skinny. Okay? This is not about a size. This is about health and being healthy. So, I am ordering me a Pilates machine. You know, the Pilates machine that goes. So, anyways, so I am ordering me a Pilates machine. So, with the Pilates machine, I'm going to start doing daily workout sessions on the Pilates machine along with yoga. You can or cannot follow along. That is at your discretion. Okay? I am doing this for me because I'm a plus size girl who's proud to be a plus size girl. And I got told that if I didn't lose weight, that I had diverticulitis. And that if I didn't lose weight, then I was going to die. They diagnosed me with diverticulitis in 2013, which is when I think that he first started stabbing me, but I'm not exactly sure. So they tried to tell me that it was diverticulitis when we came back from vacation from Florida. And then told me that if I didn't lose weight, that I was going to die. So I started going to the gym. I started eating right. I started getting healthy. And I started doing everything right that I was supposed to do. I went from a size 18 down to a size 8 was the smallest that I got down to at a size 8 was the smallest I got to. That's the smallest I've ever been in my whole entire adult life. So, anyways, but it's not about a size because you get so you have this fat complex, like even if you're big, you think that you're small. And then when you're small, you think that you're still big. It's some weird brain warp thing. I don't know. So you get this complex when you lose all your weight, you think you're still big. And then when you're big, or when you're small, when you're big, you think that you're I don't know. Anyways, big girls like to be cute too. So I was like, I've had so many shitty, crappy doctors, pardon my French, mama, and so many crappy, medical misdiagnosis, so many health scares, and so to the point to where, like, my life has been on the line. Like, my life has been on the line. And I am a living liver patient. Let me explain that. I am a living liver patient. That means my liver is sick and it is not okay. But it is not bad enough that I'm going to die or I need a transplant yet. So let me explain this. I am a living liver patient. I am a liver patient and a gastro patient. And I am living with a liver laceration diagnosis that my liver cannot rejuvenate. So because the liver laceration is so bad that it cannot and has not regenerated, that the only way to fix it is an operation. But the doctors are telling me at this point that there's no internal bleeding and everything. So because there's no internal they say because there's no internal bleeding, even though there are open stab wounds in my liver, there's no reason to operate just because of an open wound. That if it was actively bleeding, then they would need to operate. But because there is no active bleeding coming out of my liver, I'm a living liver patient, and I'm not sick enough yet to be an liver donor or need a liver organ donor. And I'm not sick enough yet that I'm in complete liver failure. I'm not sick enough yet that I need a transplant just yet. But I am still a sick liver patient. So part of that is herbal supplements, diet, exercise, rest, good mental health, and, mind, body, and spirit, right? Mind, body, and spirit. You got to take care of your mind. You got to take care of your physical body. And you got to take care of the spirit that resides in your physical body. Your body is a holy temple that was designed by God to house your soul. It is a holy temple and a church for your soul. This is the church. This is the holy temple in which your soul resides in. You're supposed to take care of it, nourish it, and take care of it the same way God instructs you to in the Bible. So with that being said, it goes mind, body, and soul is the key to overall physical wellness, health, and wellness. If our mental state is connected, we're happy. If our physical state is connected, we're happy. If our spiritual state is connected, we're happy. We're only not happy and we're only happy and disrupted and aggravated, pissed off, and negative when negativity comes into our positive happy bubble. Like when your negativity comes into my positive happy bubble, that's a problem because you're invading my personal space. You're invading my personal space. This is my happy bubble, and I don't want you freaking around it. Okay? This is the happy bubble that I designed for myself to keep me safe. And, these are the people that I love. And I don't need you in my happy bubble to pop it. And this is my happy place. These are my happy people. These are my happy places. Stay the freak away from them. Quit disrupting my peace. That's what's pissing me off the most. Okay, so you try to kill me. Okay, so that's between you and God. God's your judge. That's between you, the law, the judge, and God. That is between you, the law, the judge, and God. That is who you need to be asking for forgiveness from. Because I'm going to deny it. Stabbing me with a machete was the most horrific thing that you could ever, ever, ever do to a woman. I mean, ever. Trying to kill me and take my life. And thank you, Dr. Blair, for confirming that is the entry point. That is the entry point. That cooch. That's the entry point. Yes. It says it on the paperwork. So anyways, so now that it's outed that there was a machete in my stomach and through my vagina, we're moving on. It happened. There ain't shit we can do about it except for fix it and move on. I don't give a fuck what you say about you're not fixing it. You're not my doctor. You're not in charge of my health care. You don't get a say so. This is my health care. I am not incompetent. I have no problem handling my money or my companies or my business or my family or my children for that matter. So you should stop interfering. I am not incompetent. I have never been declared incompetent, and I have never given anybody a power of attorney over me. So legally binding, you have no legal say-so over my health care. Only I do. And I better not catch you in my doctor's offices, because you're going to get it. Espionage is a fine. And I'm not fucking around. So now that I'm back to being my happy self again, after that little warning, see, all my doctor's offices, I'm not playing. You're making these people lose their jobs and become crooked and sell their souls to the devil. Stay the hell out of my doctor's offices, Diablo. You are the devil, and you do make good people do bad things. So stop. So anyways, so then I'm sitting here and I'm like, so I'm going to start doing a whole health and wellness business and launch a whole health and wellness kit box for liver patients and kidney patients and people who are losing their vital organs because of improper health care. Let me say that again. I'm going to teach you how to keep yourself alive and well with using survival prep techniques and using vitamin supplements and health and exercise, diet, exercise, and herbal supplements to prolong your life until you can get to the right doctor. This is to prolong your life, to teach you how to keep your liver functioning and your organs functioning using survival, old school, country backwood techniques that our ancestors used to prolong your life till you can save your life. I'm going to teach you how to prolong your life and until you can save your life. And hopefully we'll lose a little weight, have a whole lot of fun, and be badass together. We're going to maybe lose a little weight, but we're going to get healthy and keep each other healthy and positive and going. And we're going to have fun. I need some fun, don't you? I'm tired of not having fun. So we're going to take it back to like sweating with the oldies and Little Richard style. We all loved Little Richard. He was an amazing dude. So we're going to go back to taking it back to Little Richard style. And, we're going to eat to be healthy. We're going to exercise to keep our organs healthy and functioning, and our muscles and our bones functioning. And we're going to have a spiritual, soulful moments. And I'm going to have some guest speakers on that have been doctors that have helped me along my journey. Since I'm doing the Facebook documentary, you'd have to check me out on Facebook to see my Facebook documentary. But I'm doing a whole Facebook documentary about this too. So I'm going to interview my pain management doctor, my liver doctor, and some other doctors and stuff, and have some guest speakers on to sort of explain the background to you of what's been going on and kind of where I'm at and how I got to where I'm at and how they're going to help me get to where I'm going. So we're going to do this together And we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And we're going to keep each other from dying. Okay? We're going to do this and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And we're going to keep each other from dying. So on this page and on this channel, we're going to keep it about health and wellness. Health and wellness. Mental, spiritual, physical health and wellness. Everything overall for mind, body, and spirit. Because that is what, even stress can hurt your body in ways that you never knew. My brother became epileptic at the age of 36, 37, 39, somewhere around there. Anyways, he became epileptic. Because due to stress. You never know what stress can do to your body and the amount of damage that it can cause and everything. So because I also used to be a massage therapist. I have a background in nursing. I have a background in criminology. I have a background in hospitality. I'm a certified bartender. And now I'm a health and wellness coach. And life's just kind of led me here. Like, I didn't plan to be a health and wellness coach. Like, I thought that I was going to be a massage therapist and I was going to work on a cruise ship over in Greece and in the Mediterranean and through Europe. And I was going to live in Europe. And I was going to marry a European man. And I was going to work on cruise ships being a massage therapist. And be like 6 months on a ship, 6 months off a ship. Kind of a thing. And, live overseas. Like, I didn't think I was even going to live in America. Like, I thought I was going to be living in Europe. And working on a cruise ship, being a massage therapist. And my husband was going to be some European that likes to call me darling and lovely. I love how they say that. And, and all that stuff. So I never thought my life would bring me to this point. God works in mysterious ways. And I don't know how God's working in this one, but we're going to find out together. We're just going to keep this thing rolling. And we're just going to get each other through this and keep outing each other's shitty doctors and telling each other which doctors not to go to and which ones not to be a part of and which ones will lie and which ones are incompetent. And we're going to start a whole doctor ban sheet we're going to post it online of all the shitty doctors in the United States that you should not go and see. Like our own little review. But we're going to start a ban sheet of all the doctors on the list not to trust with your medical care. And which hospitals they work for. And then we're going to start reporting them to the medical boards. And then we're going to pull their medical license. So I'm going to teach you how to do that too and be proactive about your patient rights and your HIPAA rights and your right to privacy and how to be proactive about your health care. I'm going to teach you how to be proactive about your health care because they will kill you if you let them. They will kill you if you let them. So don't let them. Be proactive. All right. Word to you, mama. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I can't wait for my Pilates machine. See you later. Bye.